Welcome to Trouble with Tish. I'm Tish and I be Trouble. And if you are a returner, welcome back.
Troubles on the mind, hand around your throat, out in open waters trying to stay afloat. Remember to forget.
Alright, so this is the first installment of our Samplefest Wear Test Wednesday. And we have the Shiseido Synchro Skin Radiant Lifting Foundation. I have mine in the shade 220 Linen. And we're going to hope that that is the right shade because the next step is a little bit dark. It retails for $47 for 30 mils. Let's see what they have to say about it. Meet Synchro Skin Radiant Lifting Foundation, the luminous 24-hour hydrating foundation that balances and adapts for a medium to full coverage and radiant finish. Weightless, luminous, lifted, protected. What it does: helps provide visibly lifted luminous color that comforts skin for up to 24 hours, addresses fine lines and wrinkles, uneven skin tone and hydration loss, medium to full buildable coverage, radiant finish, 24-hour hydration, broad spectrum SPF 30 protection, water resistant, transfer resistant, crease resistant, smudge resistant, fade resistant, non-comedogenic, dermatologist tested. Key ingredients: light adjusting technology, visibly lifts, refines, and smooths for a luminous finish. Radiant microcrystals correct shadows created by fine lines and wrinkles so that skin appears smoother and firmer. Transparent luminous pearl visually counteracts hyperpigmentation by creating an even canvas to optimally reflect light. Diffusing matrix accentuates contours and creates visual depth for a natural three-dimensional look. Mandarin peel extract helps support skin's radiance. Smooth Trio Complex attracts and retains moisture for 24-hour hydration and all-day comfort. That was a lot. Alright, for this side of my face I have a dampened AOA Beauty sponge, and for this side of my face I have the BK Beauty 101 brush. Alright, so we immediately have great coverage, even with the sponge. So let's see how we fare with the brush side. I feel like the coverage isn't as nice. The finish isn't as nice with the brush, but we do have a little bit more coverage with the brush. But I want it smooth. Now, I'm not sure that this is full coverage right off the bat. I'm going to add a little bit more coverage over here where I got some extra redness going on. But I think that's the only places that I'm going to bother with. A little extra redness down here. A little extra redness over here where I got some lumpies. And a little extra darkness right here underneath my eye. Not quite my eye, but right here on this little puffy part of my cheek. Let me zoom you in and you can see what we are working with so far. All right. It is looking like it is sitting right into my skin very nicely. It's actually looking pretty decent. Now, I have texture. I'm not getting rid of the texture. There's nothing in this world that's going to get rid of the texture that I have, just due to the fact that it's from years of not caring for my skin. Now, I haven't been doing a lot of skincare because I haven't been feeling great, and we can tell on my forehead. But I don't feel like it's accentuating anything so far, but we will keep an eye out. Alright, so I am going to go apply the rest of my face, and I will be back and I will let you know how it has applied. Alright, for my bronzer I have the Fenty Matchstick in Suede 02. For my blush I have this Moonslice Beauty Liquid Blush. It does not have a shade, but I got it from the Eyescream Beauty Box. For my highlight, I used the Daydreamer Electrum Cosmetics palette. I used this Dream Chaser shade at the bottom. And then on my brow bone, I used the Head in the Clouds shade. For my brows, I used the AOA Studio Slim Brow in dark brown. For my eyeliner, I used the Avon True Color Glimmer Stick in Blackest Night. For my mascara, I used the Urban Decay Perversion Bigger, Blacker, Badder. My lashes are the style Scarlet from AOA Studio. I used a liquid liner. It was the KVD Tattoo Liner in Trooper Black. For my lips, I used the LA Color Auto Lip Liner in Burgundy. And the Meet Matte Hues in Charming from The Balm. The eye look is a Palette Picker Tuesday. You can go back and watch that. The setting spray I used was the ABH Dewy Set. The eye primer I used was the MAC Paint Pot in Soft Ochre. I had to set my face down. I used the Becca Hydromus Set and Refresh Powder, which I got from my dear friend Janet. The makeup applied great, but I did have to set it. It kept moving around. I am feeling quite dry. I feel like I need to keep spraying my face, but I'm still tacky, even though I set it down, so I don't know. It's not moving anywhere anymore, but, I mean, I feel like it looks nice. So, we shall see. I will be back to check in natural lighting so we can see how it looks in natural lighting, and then I'll be back later on tonight to let you know how it has worn for the rest of the day. Alright, so this is the shade match in natural lighting. It is looking, it looks nice, except for here. It is separated on those bigger lines. I don't know, it just kind of feels like it's crawled into or crawled out of and separated on those lines. It kind of is what it is, but it could be worse. It doesn't look so bad. I do have to go to the store after this, so yeah, but like I said, it could be way worse. So yeah, it's kind of just separating on those bigger lines, laugh lines, thicker lines here on the corners of my mouth. But not really on my forehead. It looks like it's separated, but it didn't. I need to work on getting my skincare a little bit more consistent, I think. But I will check back in later on tonight and let you know how it was worn for the rest of the day. Alright, it is 9:57, which makes this 12 hours of wear time. I have lost coverage on my nose quite a bit. My blush and my bronzer and my highlight are still all there. I've lost coverage on my chin and around my mouth, and it's kind of crawled into the crevices of my nostrils just a little bit. But let me zoom you in and you can see what I'm looking at. Alright, so this is my forehead. It does not feel tight, but it has kind of worn away. And like I said, bunched up in my nostrils. Where it's still on my face, it looks decent. And after 12 hours, kind of expect it to, you know, be a little worse for wear, especially with the day I've had. I have been shopping and sweating and all the things today. So I'm gonna say it looks pretty good. Am I gonna go out and buy a full size? Probably not. I have all the foundations already, and I don't need a full size of another foundation unless it's really, really good. And this is good, but it's not amazing. You know, it's not gonna be my go-to. If I run out of all my foundations, I wouldn't purchase this one to replace the foundations or foundations that I have run out of. There are quite a few other foundations that would be closer to the top of that list, and this isn't one of them. So that doesn't make it a bad foundation. It's just not my favorite. I don't know if that helps. It is decent though, and it wore nicely. So I guess do with that what you will. Alright, hope that helps somebody. Alright, for the second installment of Samplefest, we have Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Perfect Glow Flawless Foundation. I have mine in the shade 5.5. However, do believe I'm probably more of a 5. Let's see what Sephora has to say about this. Alright, it retails for $69 for 1 ounce or 30 mils. I believe it says it has 40 shades. A weightless foundation that mimics the look of skin while delivering medium coverage, 24-hour wear, and hydration, and a natural glowing skin finish. Coverage is medium, finish is natural, formulation is liquid. Highlighted ingredients. Microfill technology provides a translucent radiance and a flawless finish. This liquid foundation melts into skin, blurs pores, and smooths texture thanks to its 89% skincare base and patented microfill technology that allows color pigments to lay flat for seamless blending while delivering a lit from within glow. In clinical testing, after 14 days of use, skin looks plump and feels hydrated. Texture is visibly improved. Overall, brighter and more luminous complexion. Now, I don't have 14-day supply, so we're not going to be finding that out. But those are some awfully big claims. I have a foil packet. It came inside this little card, and I have taken the foil packet out. I have a BK Beauty 101 brush for this side of my face, and an unnamed dampened beauty sponge for this side. We're going to find out what works the best for us. This is looking rather dark. That is the consistency. Yeah, that is rather dark. But it does feel silky. Let's see how we fare with the brush. Beauty blender. Beauty sponge. I knew I'd get there someday. Alright, we are not getting anywhere close to medium coverage with this sponge. We don't even have a lot of redness correction here going on. So let's see how we fare with the brush. We are getting medium coverage on the brush side. So let me even out this coverage here. Much better coverage with the brush. It is a bit dark. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can't take a little bit more, get a little bit more out of this packet here and get some neck coverage going on. Hopefully that will work because it's rather dark. All right, I'm going to kind of pounce this in a little bit with the sponge. Let's zoom you in and you can see how it's looking so far. All right, so far it's looking actually rather nice. It's very silky smooth. It's laying very nicely on my face. It's not really accentuating. I don't think it's blurring pores or texture, but it isn't accentuating it, so that's good. Alright, I'm going to apply the rest of my makeup and I'll be back to let you know how that applied. Alright, let's go over the makeup really quickly. For my bronzer, I used the Fenty Matchstick in Suede. I used the Natasha Denona Puff Paint in whatever the shade is. I can't read it. I'm sure it has a shade name, but I can't see it, so there's that. For my lashes, I used the Stila Huge Extreme Lash Mascara. For my brows, I used the AOA Studio Slim Brow in dark brown. For my eyeliner and my tight line, I used the Avon True Color Glimmer Stick in Blackest Night. For my waterline, I used a She Glam Chromosome in Subliminal. That's a shifty one. It's fun. And for the liquid liner, I used the KVD Tattoo Liner in Trooper Black. On my lips, I have the LA Color Auto Lip Liner in Mauve, as well as the Balm Meet Matte Hues in Charming. My highlighter is the Ofra in Rodeo Drive. And I put that on my brow bone as well. my eye look, you'll have to go and search out the No Pan Left Behind. And I'll be putting that up soonish. My setting spray is the e.l.f. Power Grip Dewy Setting Spray. And my lashes are the AOA Studio in the style Scarlet. Alright, the makeup has applied beautifully. It feels and it looks like the makeup has set nicely into my face. And yeah, I don't have any complaints as of yet. But we do know I'm a complainer, so I will pick this apart if it deserves it. So there's that. So I will come back when I go to pick up kids and let you see what it looks like in natural lighting. Now, I did bring this down my neck because it was definitely way too dark. We're hoping that we're hoping that nobody sees anything but the neck. I even went around my neck, like behind my ears and everything, so we're covered. So hopefully it will do what I need it to do. All right. So, like I said, looking good so far. Makeup applied beautifully. And I will be back to show you what it looks like in natural lighting. All right. So, I had to go get kids first. But this is what we are looking like in natural lighting. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world. But, yeah. Keep the t-shirt up there. It's definitely nice and sunshiny out here. The liquid sunshine, we're enjoying it. Except for the part where the liquid sunshine dropped a big old chunk of, or drop of water on my face. But, it's looking pretty good. I mean, it's not drying out or nothing. I mean, I'm missing a little bit of coverage on the tip of my nose, but that's par for the course. It's average. I mean, it's obviously not the best shade match, but it's pretty. The finish is pretty. And I feel hydrated. I don't feel tight and itchy and dried out. And I mean, I got wrinkles and crinkles. We're not getting rid of those. I got this glittery stuff is just, it's falling in my eyeballs. It's falling all over my face. It's itchy. My face isn't itchy, but I'm gonna tell you what, my eyes are itchy. And yeah. But the finish on this is really nice. It's really pretty. It's staying, and it didn't like chunk off my nose. It's just kind of a little bit thinner on my nose. It's not like crawling anywhere I don't want it. It's looking nice, I do have to say. It looks pretty. Alright, so I will come back later on tonight and let you know how it has worn for the rest of the day. Alright, it is 9:02, which makes this somewhere around the 11-hour mark for wear. Now, it's been comfortable all day. It has looked nice all day. It is starting to gather in the little creases, and I've lost coverage on my nose and a little bit on my chin. It has stuck around for the most part. But let me zoom you in and you can see what we're working with. All right. We have a little bit of kind of crusting between the eyes here. My blush, bronzer, and highlight still looking pretty good. I do lose coverage right here. A little bit of my chin, my nose. But I think that we're looking pretty good. So I would say for the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation, I would wear it again. I don't know that I'm going to pay that much for it. I mean, it's really good, but I kind of have foundations already, so I probably won't buy this. However, when I'm running out of foundations and I want a good high-end one, this would be good. I would buy this. I'm not going to buy it right now because I got other stuff to buy. But I would buy it. would buy it in a different shade, because this is not the correct shade for me. But I suppose, you know, if I'm buying it in store, they can shade match me if they have it in store. This is pretty good. So yeah, this is a yes for me. All right, so stay tuned for the next segment of Samplefest. All right, so for our third installment of Samplefest, we have the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Matte Buildable Coverage Waterproof Concealer. This says matte, but this says luminous matte. Are we looking at the same one here? This is the only one we have. So, I have mine in the shade Light 2.7 Coconut Flakes. All right, and it retails for $31 for 0.30 ounces or 9 mils. This is a waterproof, fragrance-free, transfer-proof concealer with buildable medium to full coverage and vitamin E to visibly blur, brighten, and conceal. Coverage is full, finish is matte, formulation is liquid. Highlighted ingredients: vitamin E and sweet almond oil to condition and care for the delicate under eye skin. Ingredient callouts: free of parabens, formaldehydes, formaldehyde-releasing agents, phthalates, mineral oil, retinol palmitate, oxybenzone, coal tar, hydroquinone, sulfates, SLS and SLES, trichlocarbon, triclosan, and contains less than 1% synthetic fragrance. It is also vegan and cruelty-free. This long-lasting, creamy, and waterproof formula nourishes without settling into fine lines, melts into skin with an extended staying power, and provides a natural-looking matte finish. This non-comedogenic, medium to full, buildable concealer brightens and conceals for a luminous matte, skin-like finish that lasts the full day. Clinical results. In an independent consumer testing panel of 40 people, 100% agreed it quickly brightened their under eye. 100% agreed it didn't crease instantly after application. And 100% agreed that it was transfer-proof, buildable, blendable, and flexible on the skin. This product is an Allure Best of Beauty Award winner. Alright, so we got some tall claims here. And we're going to go for it. We have a dampened beauty sponge, nondescript for this side, and for this side we have a Morphe E15. Alright, because we do not have a doe foot applicator, we're just going to take a little bit and dot it around on this side for the beauty sponge. Alright, looking all right on that side. Now for the brush side. I feel like I have much more control with the brush, and I'm able to put it where I need it. I am not able to get any on the inner corner here with that. Just put a little bit there. Says it's buildable, right? Definitely have more control with the brush. Alright, so let me zoom you in and you can see what we are working with. There's not like a lot of creasing or anything, but I do have wrinkles under my eye, and I can't get this eyeshadow to stay where it's supposed to stay for the life of me, and it's kind of irritating me. So now I kind of know what Jen is talking about. But anyways, it is, I feel like it does accentuate slightly the wrinkles under my eye. It does brighten. It doesn't feel like it's like creasing so much as accentuating. I don't know if that makes sense, but I am going to apply the rest of my face, and I will see you later on tonight, and hopefully it doesn't look a hot-ass mess. Alright, the Huda Faux Filter Luminous Matte Concealer. I feel like it's kind of gone. Where it's left, you can see there's dark marks. We are looking at 11-ish hours of wear time. But yeah, let me zoom you in and you can see what I'm looking at. Okay, so I feel like I have lost coverage. There is no more coverage. Where it is, it's bunched up around my lines. But yeah, as far as coverage, it's gone. I feel like I would have been better off putting the foundation up there, because that wear test went great. But I would say this is not for me. So it would be a no. That being said, I'm not really a concealer person. I will test it out, but I don't really wear it all the time. Most of the time, I don't have concealer underneath my eyes. I just kind of bring what's left of my foundation up my face a little bit and call it good. I just don't feel the need to use concealer, and most concealers just kind of make my eyes look older. So I don't know. And I don't use it for brightening because I feel like using it as a brightener underneath my eyes just makes me look older. And I don't need any help looking older. I'm doing just fine on my own. So it is what it is. I'm not going to buy it. And if you have similar issues with your concealers as I do, I wouldn't put the money into this either. However, I suppose if you're someone who's got great skin and don't have to worry about the wrinkles and crinkles and all that stuff underneath your eyes, it might work better for you. So there's that. But for me, it's a no. I hope that helps somebody. Alright, so that concludes our Samplefest for the month of, March. It's already March. Lordy. I feel like it shouldn't be March, but I feel like it's been a long month at the same time. Just, whew. Alright, like I said, I hope that helps somebody. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. All that fun stuff is below. I hope every single one of you has an absolutely amazing day. And remember, it costs nothing to be kind. And I will see you all next time. Bye.
Troubles on the mind, hands around your throat, out in open waters trying to stay afloat. Remember to forget.